I hate that because now I can't turn on my music. Hmm? Hey, Santina. Sis, I need to call you next.
Garage door.
Hey, Quilla. Hey, Lisa. Okay, Lisa, I'm about. Hey. Hey, Santina. I'll be calling you, sis. All right, Lisa. I will. I can't wait to. Hey, Lisa. So we got 2 minutes. We're on. I'm looking at the comments. Santina, yes, I will be calling you. Cannot wait to chat with you. Hi, everybody that's jumping on. Hey, Quilla. Love you, big sister. Aquila's on.
Hey, Quilla. Hey, Santina.
Santina say hey.
Hey. Hey, Alicia.
I'm trying to give it about 2 minutes. Let people jump on. Because we said 6 o'clock. But you look cute, sis.
Thank you.
You said this, Lisa. Yes, that is her. Hey, Janae.
Look.
Yes, Bella Grind. You better
rep.
We are twins. I have mine on too. So we are twins today. Y'all better rock this, Bella Grind. Hi, I am hair for you. Hi, thank you for joining us. Janae said, "What's happening, ladies?" You remember my story? You remember Janae?
Janae,
Yeah. Said, "What's happening, ladies?" Thank y'all.
Janae.
I know, right, Janae? Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
All right.
Everybody.
People, y'all better jump in and jump on. Lisa, I'm so hey, Chris. Lisa, I'm so excited to talk about it. Yes, Quilla.
Hey, honey.
Where's yours? I need to see you and yours, Quilla. Big sister. Lee, if I get any lipstick on my teeth, I need you to make sure you let me know.
Okay. Me too.
A different red tonight.
Okay.
So if it's on my teeth, be like, oh, sis, get it. Okay.
Okay.
I ain't ashamed. I'd rather get it off than to be talking to you with red lipstick on.
Okay.
And plus, we keeps it all the way real. Oh, I see the love from the sorors in the comments.
Hey, ladies.
Yes, big sister Aquila Santina is in the building. I love it. All right, Lisa, it is 6 o'clock. So we are getting ready to get started. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Y'all, I talked to her before we hopped on, and she's talking about she's scared. Now, I don't even know why she's scared, because public speaking, number one, is a strong suit for her. That's number one. Number two, she is already doing the thing, and you already know what it is. Hey, Jalen, my nephew is on. I love you.
Hey, son.
Jalen is on. That's Lisa's son. But yeah, she's talking about she's scared. But watch how well you do in this interview. First off, I want to go ahead and introduce her to everybody. I have Dr. Alicia Stone here with me today on the Bella Grind podcast. I am stoked because Alicia is my best friend, sister friend, and we go all the way back. Lisa has all of the grave secrets. She is the vault. So, right, that part, Lisa. We go all the way back. Hey, Jalen. But I wanted to talk with Lisa today because Lisa has a journey that really encompasses both purpose and faith. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. She is a recording artist. She is also a pastor at Lifeline Christian Ministries. I'm going to talk about that a little bit. And then she is also an author of a new book. And so we are going to jump into all the things that Miss Lisa is bossing up and doing these days. So Lisa, welcome to the podcast. I'm so glad you were able to join me today.
Thank you.
I can't wait for me to anyway get back into the studio, and then you have to come and like really grace the couch.
Yes, I would love to.
Yes, that's what we are looking forward to. But I said before that Lisa and I go way back, all the way to 8th grade. And so I am very privy to Lisa's journey. And so I want her to be able to share a lot about her journey, because I believe that it's going to resonate with many women, right? And then again, with the Bella Grind podcast, which I neglected to say, we are a place and a space where we like to elevate the voices of Black women. And we also believe that in this space, we encourage women to believe that it is go time. That means we go after our dreams, we go after our goals, and most importantly, we go after the bag. And that's exactly what Lisa is doing. And so, Lisa, I want to go ahead and jump into this interview and start off with, how do you align your purpose with faith? Because like I said, I know your journey. And so you can go back as far as you would like to, right? But I know what your purpose is, what God designed you for, because we've had so many conversations about it. And then I know where you are in your faith walk. How do you align the two?
So you cannot walk into purpose, step into purpose, fulfill purpose without faith, period. You can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Purpose is, a lot of people think that purpose is just one thing, it's a one-stop shop, but it's always evolving, it's always moving, it's always going forward. And you have to have faith in order to do it, because a lot of times we'll think that, God will show us something or give us something, and we will try to limit ourselves. And say, well, no, that's too big. I can't do that. Well, at least for me. I'm not gonna speak for the other ladies, because I know there's some powerhouses on here, some women on here that once they see it, it's like, yes, I can do it. Let's go.
Yeah.
But for me, I just want to, let me just help you do your purpose. Let me help you push your purpose. Let me push you. Let me root for you. Let me cheer you on. But it takes faith. You got to have it, because when God gives you something, he's not going to give you the whole picture. He may give you a paragraph on page 1. And so you've got to have faith, period, to even take a step into the paragraph on page 1. And then once God sees you taking that first step, then he will begin to reveal more to you, and it will evolve, it will grow, and it will bloom and flourish. But you cannot fulfill purpose without faith. You just can't do it. You gotta have faith. You gotta be able to believe God, because if we could do it, we wouldn't need God. But God gives us the big things that we absolutely need him for. And because we need him, it's going to take some big faith and some great faith to do it.
But what do you do, Lisa? And I know that you're a faith walker. You've been that since 8th grade. Like, I remember in 8th grade, you speaking very openly about your spiritual walk. You used to talk about your church a lot. And that was my first introduction as a child to another child just really being committed to their faith in that way, right? Like, of course, I went to church with my father and family and things like that. But I'm keeping it honest in that for me, it was, well, my parent is telling me I have to go. But you were literally committed. Like, you were singing in the church, you used to look forward to Bible study, and you would talk very openly to our friend group about it. So I say that to say, I know you've been a faith walker for a long time, since I've known you, right? And Mama Saz, that's her mom. I call her Mama Saz. I know that it is something that Mama Saz really ushered into your life very early. But what do you do when you run into those moments where it's hard to hold on to faith, right? Or has there ever been a time where you felt like, oh, I've lost my faith? And how did you get it back?
Yes, there have been several occasions where it just, no matter how much you pray, no matter how much you believe, no matter how many confirmations you get, it still gets tough, and you still get backed up to the wall. Still. And in those situations, and you're going to have your human moments, because I've had them. And I still sometimes have them. And then I have to snap out of it and be like, okay, Lord, I know what you said, so that's what we're going to stand on. And it's easy. But in my mind, I'm thinking, well, what other choice do I have? I have no other choice. I have no other options but to hold on to my faith. What other options do I have?
Mm-hmm.
For me, I don't have no other options.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you backed up against the wall, even if everything you're saying is contrary to what, you know, the Lord has told you, or contrary to what you know is going to happen, you just got to, even if you don't know what to do, just stand. Just be still.
Mm-hmm.
Don't take no steps. Don't make no decisions. Don't, you know, just try to make it happen on your own. Because a lot of times we'll try to fix it ourselves. If it's not happening fast enough, I know I'm
That's,
sitting in that situation right now. I'm like, now this taking too long. You know, we
yeah.
got to get it moving. And
Yes.
then, you know, it's just something that's just like, don't you think if you could make it happen already, you would have made it happen? And I'm like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you right.
Mm-hmm.
So just be still. Just stand
Yeah.
still and be still. Get yourself together, because we're gonna have those human moments.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
gonna run our mouth, and we're gonna try to talk ourselves out of it. And it's just like, let me just take a minute, just be still and stand still.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, just get back to the place where, you know, you just stand on it. For
Yeah.
me, I have no other choice. That's just how it is for me.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully, you know, me saying that to the other ladies that are on and gentlemen that are on, you just gotta, what other choice you got?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
really, what other choice? What else you gonna do? Because we don't want to. The thing I always think about, if I try to go out and make something happen, then I'm responsible for it. And I don't want to go out and do something and be something and get something that's not ordained for me. And I'm gonna slow down, because then we kind of getting over into the book. But I'd rather just wait and get the best, because if I do it, I'm obligated to maintain it. But if I let God do it, he's obligated. That's his bill. That's his thing. So if I let
Mm-hmm.
him do it, then he's obligated. He's gonna take care of it. He's gonna provide.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You have so many amens in the chat. Everybody is like, yes, stand. Some people are just saying stand. Some people are like, stand still. Um, Thank you, Aquila. She says she loves the connection and the authenticity. But you're getting a lot of amens. And it, because that's what most people need to know, I guess, when you're in those times, because you know me back and forth, in and out. Um, so and you are very aware of, you know, those times when I struggle. Hey, Karen, our sister Karen.
Hey, KK. Hey,
Um,
KK.
but you're aware of those times when, you know, it was tough for me, and I struggled with faith. And that was the action that you preached to me, number one. And it's what I had to do, is, you know, you just gotta just be still. And I like what you're saying about don't even, you know, rush to make decisions and all of that. Just be still. But more than just be still, I know for me it's important that in the still moments, that's not passive. You're still taking inventory, right, of what is happening to you. You are processing all of the things, right,
Yeah.
that give you the information that you need in order to make the
Yes.
next step, right? And the
Yes.
next is when you hear from God. And I've been in a place where still was passive for me. I got more frustrated because I didn't get or feel any answers, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
It, like, spiritual guidance was something that I could touch or see.
Yeah.
Notice that when I stand still and take inventory,
Right.
back all of the things, then it was easier for me to move on. So thank you for that. So let's jump into the next piece, because like I said, you were always, you know, into your faith. Like I said, ever since I've known you, you've always been consistent and dedicated to church. And then we moved into this new realm. So you've always been a singer. And you would sing even in college. Lisa and I were roommates in college, but even in college, you know, she was a singer. And so you moved into being a recording artist, like an official recording artist. Talk about what that journey was like and what that meant for you.
Okay. So we were, you know how you will kind of have a dream or a desire that's kind of just sitting in the back. You know, it's just kind of, you ain't really, it's just kind of muddling around. It's just kind of sitting in the back, you know, but you're not really moving on it. You're not acting on it. And you're really not even talking about it.
Yeah.
So I remember this one day, you and I were in the car going somewhere, probably to stuff our face or something.
Because we will eat 2 times in a day, back to back. Don't play with us. Yes.
Inside joke. So,
yes.
And you just, you know, we were just, and even then, we were on a journey. I think we were both on a journey of trying to discover purpose. Yes. What do we want to do? And we were just having this conversation. And you said to me, well, Lee, what do you really want to do? Because I think I was always kind of just in the balance. I don't know. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do, but you know, it don't really matter what you want to do, friend, because I'll help you do that. You know, I'm like
background. That was always you. I just want to stay in the background
forever.
And one wasn't designed to be in the background. But go ahead.
So I said, well, friend, you know what? I just want to record. I just want to sing, and I just, you know, maybe want to do some voiceovers and do some jingles, but I just really want to record. And you was like, okay, well, yeah, that's good. You didn't say nothing else about it. You tucked it away. A few weeks later, now we hadn't talked no more about it. We let it go. I ain't thought no more about it. But you, along with 2 of our other good friends.
Yes.
Apostle Latrice, thank you. You and a couple of our other friends, y'all had set up this whole day, you know, you got in touch with the studio, you got in touch with the engineer, and y'all had set up this whole, you know, this whole session. I was none the wiser. I'm thinking, okay, we finna just get together, do our girl thing, you know, act silly, but y'all had it set up. You took what I said and you ran with it and you made it happen because you knew, okay, Lisa's probably not going to make this stuff happen on her own. Let me see who I can talk to, who I know. You made the connections. And the blessing of it is y'all even paid for the session. So I'm walking in like, is this a studio? Wow, you know, what's going on? And you all actually took the time, paid for it, stayed the whole session, helped me write the songs, and it's been history ever since. And I thank God for you hearing that, because we all need people in our lives that's going to kind of push us, that's going to try to give us a kick, that's going to help us to get to where we need to be. And you heard me, but you heard me, and you made it happen for me. And truthfully, I don't think if you didn't make it happen for me, I don't know if I ever would have. I mean, I might have meandered around to it at some point, but that was the set point in time. Yes, Santina, those type of friends that's going to make it happen for you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Those type. Mm-hmm. And y'all made it happen for me. And so ever since then, you know, it's just, you know, picked up from there. But I'm so grateful, and I will never forget it. And I will always cherish you for that, because y'all made it happen for me.
Yeah. And it was God, you know, and you know, you're Atlanta girls, like all of us. Karen, look, Karen's talking about, I love it. Karen, you too, because you make it happen for her too. But, and that's what I call us, because now Lisa she resides in BA. Yeah. But you're going to always have your Atlanta squad.
Yes.
If Monica is on or not, and Janine and all of us. But Lisa, it was all God, one. And I always knew that you were not designed to be in the background. And during that time, to your point, I remember, you know, all of us in the sister friend group, your Atlanta sister friend group, all of us were popping off with things. Me, Karen, everybody was popping things off. And I remember you saying, girl, you know, I just like to be in the background and support y'all. And I remember thinking to myself, my friend is too freaking dope and too fly.
Yeah.
and too smart and too gifted to always want to be in the background. But you had gotten really comfortable with relegating yourself to the background. And
I
so
did.
it was important for me. I had to move. I can't necessarily say, it was just me. Like I knew,
Right.
because one, we are only as good as the people that are around us. That's
That's true.
right. And so you can't have all of us, everybody around me is thriving, but then you have one friend who you see is clearly gifted at something,
Yes.
who is even called to use that gift, right? But just might need to see or be
Yeah.
a way to do that.
Yeah.
You have to do something about that. And
Yeah.
it was really past time. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I
Yeah.
remember us being scared and hoping that you would not turn around and walk back out of the studio like, why would y'all? I
Yeah.
remember us having all of the feelings because we had gone out to eat prior. We were texting each other at the table like,
Yeah.
God, okay, it's time to pay the ticket.
Well, no. Remember, y'all said, well, Monica got to go over here real quick. Let's go over here real quick before we eat. And I'm like, okay, I'm just like, okay, I'm here for the ride.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw somebody had a phone in their hand, and I'm like, what is she
Yes.
recording? And I'm like,
Yes. Yes.
oh my God.
My
But
God.
it was go time at that point. Like,
Yes.
we here
Yes, it
now,
was.
so let's do it. My dream has, been presented to me. Let's do it.
Yes.
So, yeah.
For your face. And for those of you who are watching, I'm going to find the video, if it's okay with you, Lisa, and put it up on my Instagram. Yeah, we did film you, and I will just never forget your face. Like your whole face just lit up, and the way you got into the studio and immediately jumped into your element. We were even recording that because you got in there. I remember the tracks being played for you, and you immediately started writing. And I remember us sitting back looking at you like, see, this is what she's supposed to be doing. You see how fast she jumped into, you literally were sitting there listening to a track and you literally just started writing. And I still, and then you started humming. And then words started to come. And I remember just sitting there in awe, like, this is what she was going to bottle and keep in the background? Absolutely not.
Right.
So I can't necessarily say that, and I think I speak for Monica and Janine when I say, I can't say that was all us. It was certainly God, like, look, go in.
Yeah.
And you took over. Once you got in there, it's like, hi, Pastor Thomas.
Hey, Bishop. Love you.
Thomas, she's in. But yeah, once you took over, we could see the God in all of that. And I'm glad that you were obedient and moved on that, because it sort of lends itself to the next part of your journey. So you are now an artist. You were singing, you were writing songs. Y'all can find her on Apple Music. She is Alicia LaShawn. Karen, put that in the comments for me if you're still on. Please type Alicia LaShawn, Apple Music. And you can. Are there any other platforms? Where else can we hear you?
You can go to iTunes and get everything.
Okay, everything.
iTunes.
That's how the music. But that's just the start of this journey.
Yeah.
So then, sis goes through school. I look up. She's now become Dr. Alicia Stone. Me and Karen, I know Karen is on here. We were like, what? Wait a minute. Wait a whole minute. Because I know you were active. You were already active. Thank you, Karen. You were already active in, the church, and you were already ministering and things like that. But you took it a step further, and you went on to become Dr. Alicia Stone. Tell me about that. Tell me about your journey or your transition into becoming a full-blown pastor.
Okay, so shout out to my pastor, Bishop Thomas, that was just on here. And I say this often. A lot of times other people can see the gift on you. You can't necessarily see it or identify with it, but other people can.
Yeah.
And so that's where that push, that's where that encouragement comes from. And if you talk to me 30 years ago, where were we at and what were we doing 30 years ago?
Girl, yeah.
Okay. So if you had talked to me and said, okay, years from now, you're going to be doing this, you're going to be the pastor of the church, you're going to write some music, you're going to write books, you're going to do this. And I'm like, who are you talking to? Not me. Oh, no. I'm just going to settle into my nice little job, have my nice little family, and we're going to be happy. But God has other plans. And since he has other plans, he's going to always set you up so that you can walk right into those plans. I did not see this. I did not want this for myself. I always said, no, give it to somebody else. This was not my plan. This was not my desire. But I noticed that God had just began to open doors and present opportunities.
Yeah.
And so I said, okay, well, since the opportunity has been presented, let me go ahead and jump in. And other people, just like you all did, and so many of my other sister friends, they will present opportunities for you, and all you got to do is walk right in. That's why it is very important that we, like you said, we connect with those people, those sisters that are really gonna be with us, push us, and help us. You know, we're not always bickering, fighting, jealous. We never had any of that in any of our, we always try to help each other. So these opportunities were presented to me, and even still was still feeling unworthy, unqualified, all of that.
Yeah.
Still. But the Lord was just like, I know you going through down there. I know you whining and crying and complaining and all of that. But yeah, come on. And God is so patient. He is so patient. He'll give us time. He'll give us chances. He'll send us encouragement. And just the opportunities were presented. And purpose just was like, I'm here. What you gonna do? You gonna back out and do what you want to, go with your plan, or you gonna go with my plan? And I'm always gonna go with God, even if I don't understand, even if I don't want to do it. I'm still gonna end up going with his plan. Yeah. So that was his plan, and it just, the timing and everything. And y'all know, Atlanta is my home. I was born and raised. I didn't want to move here. I didn't want to leave. My family, my friends, my mother, my church, I didn't want to leave. Yeah. But everything, God he was just so strategic in how he aligned it. And I said, God, I'm not going. I know my husband is on here. And the first thing Chris said when we first started dating, he told me in advance. So if I wanted to get out then, I had a chance to get out. But I was like, He said, babe, now, this is what I come from. This is what my family does. This is what we're about. And I'm going to move back to Virginia. And I was like, oh, well, that's nice. That's good. But I ain't moved to no Virginia. Not me. And he was like, I was like, oh, okay. Well, we'll see about that. And so I would always tell God, I would say, God, now if it's your will and if it's your plan. Yeah. Come and sit down on my bed and tell me, but I'm not going to do it until I just have a peace in my spirit. And the way that, things kind of progressed and happened, and God came and sat down on my bed, not literally, but, he gave me a peace. You felt his presence, yeah. He gave me a peace and said, daughter, now it's time. It's okay. You can go. Yeah. So, and so here we are. But just how he is so strategic in how he sets stuff up. But we've got to be careful that we don't move ahead, that we don't stay back, that we just go in his timing, because it is perfect. His timing is perfect. And the way that things, just happened, it was just time. He had something, he had something for us here to do. So here we are. And doing it big, right? Doing it big. And so just being obedient.
Yeah. And so have you fully acclimated? Because I remember when you first started, you were like, friend, you were so nervous, Lisa, about, pastoring a church, being first lady and all of that. And you were at the time like really trying to prepare yourself. You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like now, because how long has it been now? You've been pastoring now for how long?
3 years.
3. Have you acclimated to it yet? Do you feel like, okay, I'm in my groove, and you're operating in the calling, and like you're doing the thing? Do you feel like that?
I feel like I have settled in. And so even in us transitioning, God even gave me grace with that.
Yeah.
He even gave me grace to say, okay, I'm not just gonna throw you right in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give you time. I'm gonna ease you in. I'm
Okay.
gonna first let you get acclimated and used to just being in a different place and space.
Yeah.
Learning the environment, learning the atmosphere. Because just believe it or not, it's different atmospheres and it's different spirits in different regions depending on where you go.
Okay.
That may sound strange to some people, but it's a totally different, it's different. I'll
Okay.
say that.
Uh-huh.
And so he even gave me grace to even, just kind of come in and acclimate and get settled in that. And then he was like, okay, he is so kind, he is so gracious, and he is so loving that God is not gonna ask you or tell you to do something that he has not equipped you to do.
Mm-hmm.
He's not gonna throw you to the wolves knowing that it's something that you can't handle. So he know what he put into me, he know what he poured into me, and I had to catch up with him to say, okay, yes,
Okay.
God, okay, I can.
Mm-hmm.
And so he gave me the grace to be able to do it. And here we are. So yes, I can say that I'm acclimated. And the thing is, it's not me. I have to take myself out of it because we can't we made up of flesh. We can't do it. And
Mm-hmm.
so if I just get out of my own way and let him do everything, then everything will go smooth. But I always have to remind myself, you get out of the way because it's not about you.
Yeah.
It's about souls. It's about the people. It's about God's agenda. And so as long as I stay focused on it's his agenda and not my agenda,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'll be okay. So we've gotten into
You've gotten into a group.
we've gotten into the groove,
My
and
baby, your son, my nephew, my baby, Jalen said, God will never launch you with nowhere to land. You better come through, Jalen, with the word. I have to get used to the fact that my kids are grown and they can give us wisdom now. you know,
mm-hmm. Yes,
get
yes.
to that. You are right, nephew. God will never launch you with nowhere to land. Okay. Okay. Now, so we're unpacking this journey.
Mm-hmm.
You're a recording artist. You're out here writing songs for God. You transition into being a pastor. You're doing your thing. And then you write a book. And y'all, Lisa has always been like this. She moves in silence. Like you'll look up and the next thing has happened, right? She'll move in silence. So I look up and I see sis has wrote a whole book, Graced for Your Assignment. Graced for Your Assignment. When I saw the title, I said, "Oh, okay. She's ready to bring the noise now. She's ready to go ahead and let us know what it is and get down with the get down." I ain't even gonna lie. That's what I was thinking. Like, oh, she's getting ready to bring it. Talk to me about Grace for Your Assignment and why it was important for you to write a book about it. Why was that? Because remember, and you've been very honest tonight. You've said this. I can't say that I even thought about this for myself, right? It doesn't sound like in the beginning you even really prepared to be in this space. It's almost like you were pulled into it, right, by God.
It was like,
Yeah,
yeah.
and you recognize it as an assignment. So talk to me about grace for your assignment.
Okay. So let me address Aquila, friend.
It's
She
silence.
said, talk about that silence, please. So for those of you that really know me, I don't like to talk about myself a lot and what I'm doing, and I like to just kind of move and do, and okay, here it is. I'm and God is still working on me, but like having a spotlight on me,
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
don't like it. But that's just my truth. And sometimes you can't. You just gotta go do the work. You don't have to make announcements. You don't have to tell everybody, oh, this is what I'm doing, that's what I'm doing, this is what I'm, because everybody's not happy for you.
Yeah.
And some people
You
want
better
to see you
say,
fail. And so that's why I just do what I do.
yeah.
And when it's time, we'll make the announcement. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm just low key. I like to have fun. I'm crazy, but I'm low key.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's just me.
Mm-hmm.
But the book. So the book is based on
You
Grace
got
for
a
Your
lot of
Time.
heart, by the way. People are tearing these hearts up about that, baby. Yeah.
The book was birthed and based on a message that I had preached.
Yeah.
I had preached a message.
Okay.
And it was some time ago. It may have been over a year ago. It had been some time.
Mm-hmm.
And so my good friend, Apostle Latrice, would always say, girl, that's a book. You ought to write that book.
Mm-hmm.
She has her own publishing house, very successful.
Mm-hmm.
And so she would she would just kind of drop little nuggets. And I'm like, yeah, okay, all right, we'll get to it. And she's like, sis, you need to write this book.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so I'm like, okay. And so she had a conference.
Mm-hmm.
She had the No More Drama conference. And so we went to the conference, and there was something in me. It was just, the Spirit of the Lord was there so heavy, and something in me just exploded. Like I had never felt God deal with me like that before. It just exploded.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, my revelation of that was this book.
Okay.
So we get, we have a good time at the conference, we get back, and it's still there. It's like I had already birthed it. I had already birthed the baby. But the baby hadn't come to manifestation yet. It was still just kind of there. And so she came to me one night and she was like, sister, we got to do this book. We got to do it now. It's like she lit a match, just like you did.
Mm-hmm.
She prepared the way. She presented an opportunity. She was like, sister, we got to write this book. Like, come on, you got to do it. So she lit a match and we did it in less than a month.
Mm-hmm.
In less than a month.
That's how God works, girl.
She gave me that, that booth. God know me. And he know who to send to say, hey, come on, let's go. Mm-hmm. So that's how it was birthed. But if you talk to me, if you listen to me, what do I always say? You better stay in your lane.
Mm-hmm.
Stay in your lane. And that's the premise of this, for the most part, is helping you to figure out, okay, who are you? What are you good at? What did God assign to you? And work that lane. Like, work it. You will be successful in that lane if you work it. Now, if I try to come over here and do the Bella grind, baby, crash and burn. That's not my lane.
I try to sing. Listen, don't do it. Certainly can't get up in front of somebody and pastor. What? Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
That's like, this is you. Like, we even had a conversation a few weeks ago that you've been doing this, and God brought it back to me. Like, this is you. This is your lane, and if you stay in it and you work it, you're gonna be successful. And God is always gonna send. Excuse me. God is always gonna send helpers. He gonna send people to help you. He gonna send people to, they might even fund you. They may, make the connections for you. But if you stay right there.
Yeah.
It's gonna work out good for you. So that's basically what this is. And I'm big on people staying in their lane and not trying to do something else, because you don't have the grace to do that. You don't have the grace to do it. Like, it's just
Yep.
not a good look. Just stay where you know you're good at. Like, I know I'm good at organization.
Mm-hmm.
So I can organize stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now, event planning and putting the parties together and the events, now you and KK Jalen, y'all can do that.
We can do
Y'all
that.
can do that real good. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
Putting the conferences together in this Apostle Latrice Bishop, yeah, y'all got that. That's not my lane.
Mm-hmm.
So when somebody says, "Oh, we ought to plan a so and so," and I'm like, "Yeah, we ought to," but guess what? I'm gonna let you do that, because
Uh-huh.
I'm not well at that. So I have really come to discover, okay, yes, you good at that. Do that. You ain't so good at that. Get somebody else to help you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really what this book is about, and really honing in on that, and
Mm-hmm.
really just, plowing forward in that.
Mm-hmm. And it goes with the message that you, and I don't even know if you remember this, something that you told me a long time ago, which is, Jan, if it's for you, um, it will not be of calamity and confusion or something like this. Like, if it's of God, then it won't be calamity and confusion. And you were saying, it will work out for you. Now, that doesn't mean that it's going to be easy. I mean,
Right.
you're not, it's just going to be this easy cakewalk. And again, there is work that you still, have to do. That goes back to that whole stand still, take inventory, listen for God, move, right?
Right.
I remember you telling me that. I forget what I was going through, but you were like, "Jan, if it's of God, there won't be any calamity or confusion that comes."
Mm-hmm.
So to your point about being graced for your assignment and staying in your lane. And you brought up this whole thing with Bella Grind, or whatever. I find that there's not a lot of calamity or confusion around it. I was like you too, in that I didn't see it for myself. Not even at the top of last year, but when it moved, when it did manifest and when it started to move, I started to realize that it was not a lot of calamity and confusion. Like, I had a peace of,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
and to your point, the universe is going to conspire, and then, like, all of the people, all of your helpers will present themselves, opportunities will automatically come to you. You start to attract the money, you start to attract everything that you need,
Right.
make it happen. So I love that, and I know that that's in the book. So if you had to tell me, so I want you to think about all of the chapters. I want you to think about your journey, and I want you to think about the process of writing the book. And it might not be one, but just choose one of the greatest messages that a reader will pull out of it.
Mm.
Because I would say the title alone, but grace for your assignment, and you already unpacked that. When you think about, is there one message when I go to read it that you want me to look for?
That, and we've said this, it's only one you.
Yes, baby. I believe that.
It's only one you, and only you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else can do it, and it's only one you. There are a lot of singers out here. There are a lot of preachers out here. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of people that's doing vlogs and vlogs and podcasts and YouTube, and there's a lot of people doing it.
Yeah.
But they won't do it like you.
Nope.
They won't attract the audience that you attract. So what I would say is, know that it is only one you, that you have a unique fingerprint.
Yep.
And even if it's 1 million people doing something similar.
Yeah.
Santina.
Yes, Santina.
Still won't be, they still won't be able to do it like you. Mm-mm. Shakira. They won't be able to make people laugh like you make people laugh. It's only one you. And if you don't do your assignment, somebody is going to, it's people that are waiting on you.
Yeah.
If you are in your assignment, it's somebody that's waiting on you because they need what you have.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not walking in your assignment, they're going to miss their portion on the journey. They're going to miss a step. They're going to miss something.
You better say
So
it.
you got to be where you're supposed to be because somebody is waiting on you.
Mm-hmm.
And only you can say it to them
Mm-hmm.
the way it needs to be said. Only you can bless them. Only you can minister to them. Only you can, you know, if you cook, if you do cupcakes, if you do T-shirts, whatever it is, there is a group of people that is waiting on you, and they need what you have.
That's right.
So that would be the message.
That is
that I would want to.
You done brought a whole word on here tonight, baby. Grace for your assignment. Y'all see it? You brought a whole word with it because there in sometimes it could be, you know, heavy if you aren't careful and connected spiritually, but it's the truth. And there are people's destiny that is attached
Tied
to you.
up. That's tied up.
Yes. And your calling and your purpose and all of that. I know the last person, Chef Kim, who I interviewed, she was saying, you know, every time I interact, you know, with the young girls that she's working with sex trafficking, she said every time she works with them and she's able to talk with them and give them a message, she realizes that she's changing a whole legacy for those girls. She's shifting the whole bloodline because, you know, some of them have children, some of them have not had children yet, you know, or they may go and start families, and now they're going to move differently in the world because of her moving in her calling, you know, having that connection with them and them being able to connect with her. So that's good, Lisa. That's a word. And that you just brought that back to me when you said that, because it is.
And then not only that, you are blessing that person and changing that other person's life, but it does something for you too, to know that one word that you spoke could help somebody. One word that you spoke could change somebody's mind. And you know, I pray that this book is gonna be the launching pad, or going to something in the book is gonna be said that's gonna set light bulbs off. You know, and purpose can be fulfilled. By faith.
You better do it, sis. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I'm proud of you too.
You better do it. Okay, let's jump into this fast round. Are you ready?
Yes.
I think you're going to do fine, Lisa, with the fast round. Yeah, I told you before we even got on, we chatted, and she was like, okay, I'm scared. And this part, I really did not talk to you about. But I think you're going to do well. So are you ready to jump into the fast round?
Yes.
Okay. So your first question is, what is your superpower? What's your superpower, Lisa? You have one.
Serving.
Tell me more about that.
Serving. I'm a servant leader. I'm always, even if I'm somewhere at somebody else's event, I'm like, ooh, what can I do to help? What can I? It's just, it's in my DNA. It's just who I am. Just serving. How can we help? What we need to pick up, what we need to clean up, what we need to, you know. Hence the name Cinderella. But,
Cinderella. Because you're helping somebody. That's a power to have, Lisa. That's a good one. So I started off talking about how we go all the way back to 8th grade, right? So this next one I want you to try to answer, but do not embarrass me, friend. Okay? But I want you to answer it. Do you have a childhood memory that is the fondest for me and you? I have one.
Ew. Yes, us going in the bathroom after lunch,
Yes.
putting on lip gloss and primping, knowing we got to get to class now, but we gonna go and we gonna put on our little lipstick
Mm-hmm.
and primp and go to class.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
That's my fondest. I thought every time I think about how we used to pull that off, baby, and then we would take off into the class, but we had to have that lipstick right after lunch. Like, who did, who did we really think we were? But baby.
And I wasn't even supposed to be wearing lipstick. If my mama knew I was wearing lipstick.
Yes. Oh, you. But we would be in that bathroom and it would be perfect. Okay. That Wet and Wild 529, no sponsorship, but I'm just saying that is what we used to do. I will always remember that. Karen is laughing. Jalen said, he said, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's cool. But he said, your superpower is super mom. That's what your baby said. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. You better give your mom.
Okay. I'll take that.
But that was mine too, Lisa. Our fondest childhood memory. Me, you, and Dana Day.
Yes.
Yes, going in that bathroom. Okay.
Yes, the Wet and Wild, Janae.
529.
29.
The number was 529. Yes, we would. Okay. What message would you give? Because here's the real part, okay? Because Lisa is solid in her faith. Lisa has direction. Lisa knows what her calling is. Lisa is operating in her purpose. What message do you have for the woman that is not Lisa right now? She's struggling with her faith. She has no direction. She might be going through a lot right now. She might not know God at all, or knows very little about God, or is angry with God. She is trying to find a path. And she is looking for a woman who could model that for her. What is the message you have for that sister?
Well, first of all, that's a lot to unpack.
But that's real, right?
It is.
That's real.
It is. So for one, that's deep. That's deep, honey blonde.
Blonde, deep.
Deep.
But real, honey blonde.
It is real.
Hey, Shannon.
So where do you start? So yeah, first of all, the key to this, we lose ourselves as we're growing up, as we're developing, as we're seeing, as we are exposed to certain things, as we go to school, sometimes we may be confused about who we are. Maybe we don't really know ourselves based on how we grew up, our environment, what have you. You know, we all grow up differently. We're all exposed to different things.
Right.
And so we first got to find, who are we? Who are you? We've got to know who we are. And then we've got to learn to find self-love. And self-love can be tore up based on certain things. So we've got to get to a place where we heal. And healing is not easy
at all. And there's no timestamp or deadline to healing.
Correct. Correct. Healing. We've got to get to a place of healing. And so, because we are scarred by a lot of stuff, we got so much stuff packed down, so many layers.
Yeah.
That have to be peeled back. Healing. We've got to start with healing. And some people may say, well, yeah, I know I've got some issues. I know I've got some traumas, and I know I got some stuff, and it's his fault, and it's mama's fault, and and it might be.
Right.
But let's talk to somebody, get you therapy. I know in the African American community, therapy is taboo, but I'm telling you, therapy will save your life. So if you got to get to a place where you heal, go talk to somebody. If you, maybe in between jobs, you don't have that much money, find some resources. There's resources out here that can help you get the help that you need to get some healing. And then find Jesus. Find Jesus. We've got to have a personal relationship with God. And I know this is the bell grind. We on a public broadcast. But I'm on here today, so this is what I'm going to tell you.
This is right. This is your world, sis.
Find Jesus. You got to find Jesus. Jesus. I don't know what Buddha talking about, Muhammad talking about. I don't know what they talking about. They don't have no proven track record. Jesus. That's who you gotta find. And once you and some people say, well, I've never been to church. I don't know about all this religious stuff. It's not about religion. It's about relationship. Find Jesus. Find Jesus. He gonna answer all the problems, all the questions. It's not gonna be overnight. It's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be simple. But take a step to find Jesus. Even if you get a Bible and you read Psalms 23 for 125 days, if that's the first step you got to take that first step. But find Jesus. Find a ministry. Find a church. I'm an advocate for it. Get into a church that the leader is, integral. And that they are really there to help you on the spiritual walk. They're not trying to take advantage of you. They're not trying to take your money. And God will, if you really sit down and have a serious conversation with God, He gonna lead you into all of this. And mentorship. I know I'm saying a whole lot, but healing, loving yourself, finding Jesus, getting therapy. And get a mentor. Get into a church and get a mentor. I did not get to where I am today without mentorship.
Yeah.
It is important. Yes, we all have pastors and we need pastors. We all got to be accountable to somebody. But beyond our pastors and our spiritual leaders, mentorship is very important. Because the question that you answered was very layered, very. So I'm just trying to, hit some different things with all of it. And love yourself enough. I don't know. I pray that nobody's on here that's dealing with this. But if you're in an abusive relationship, free yourself and get out of that abusive relationship. You owe more to yourself than to, have to be in an abusive relationship or an abusive situation because I don't know where else I'm going to go. I don't know what else I'm going to do. He all I got. Well, if that's all you got, that you don't need that. So get some resources, get some help. I believe that this platform is a safe place. Reach out. If you got to send us some messages, just get what you need. It's plenty of women on here. I know it's some pastors and some leaders, some mentors, some coaches on here. But we've got to learn to love ourselves, that we don't accept anything. We don't settle for anything. And we don't just find ourselves, just in a place because we feel like we have no other choice or we have no other options. So I know that was a lot. Healing, therapy, self-love, finding Jesus, get into a good ministry, where you're being taught the word of God, and get some mentorship.
You came through, sis. I'm taking notes. I wrote all of those down because those were good. And I'm glad you put it out there. And I don't want, if you are a viewer who you're listening to this, and what Lisa is saying, a lot of people might be saying, well, that's easier said than done. We want to make it easy for you, right? And to her point, because it's easy to say, oh, go get resources, go and find yourself some help. Some people don't even have, the strength to do that, or even know where to start.
Right.
Right. And so if you are a woman who is listening to this and you happen upon this platform for whatever reason, and you're hearing this message, know that this is your first resource.
Right.
And I like what Lisa said. You can DM us, because if you're on Instagram and seeing this message, then there is a way for you to message us, and I am certainly willing to be a resource for you to help you,
Right.
take whatever the next step might be for you. If it is mentorship, if it is how to go about seeking therapy, what ministry to plug into, which I'm going to send you to Lisa.
Right.
She's a pastor at Lifeline Christian
Christian
Ministry.
fellowship.
Christian Fellowship, Lifeline Christian Fellowship. Self-love, if I have a network of women, to Lisa's point, who they hold me accountable, they love on me, they help me to know what self-love is. And they guide me too on my own self-love journey, because Lisa knows, she's been there and done that, and she knows what it looked like when it was not self-love for me. So Lisa and I are willing to be that resource for you. So please don't leave this podcast thinking, oh, that was easier said than done. We are the resource, so we
Right.
start for you. That is what we are called to do. That is what I am called to do with this platform. That is what Lisa is called to do with her ministry. So let us be your start.
Yes.
I'm really going to give you your flowers. To say that I am proud to see where you are, it really is an understatement. I have always known that you were not designed for the background. I've always known that about you. And I am so glad and thankful that you answered the calling, right? Um, and I know that because, when you moved to VA, I know Karen is on here because we have been struggling, like, we need our girl, you know what I'm saying? Because you were that anchor for us, in a lot of things. We even, when you were here in Atlanta, all of my friends, we all serve a purpose for each other, right? And I have all different types of friends. Each one of them are in my life for a reason. You being one of those, you serve a purpose in my life. And I know with Karen, and I keep saying Karen because we all came up together. You serve a purpose, in her life. And although we're in two different states now, that is still something that is so very important to me, right? I know when I am not feeling myself at all, I can call Lisa and be like, Lisa, I'm just not feeling. And the first thing she's going to say, well, number one, there's only one you. It's only you. There is no other you, Jan. And then she's going to, go on and bring it back home for me. She's always kind of been that person. You've always been one of my biggest cheerleaders. But for me to be on the other side and to be able to be your cheerleader, it truly is an honor. I am overly proud, godly proud of everything that you are doing. And I am so glad that you were poised and now graced for your own assignment. And I want you to know that if there is anyway, even though you're in Virginia, I'm here in Atlanta, we're both walking in our callings, and all of that. I want you to know that I'm still here to support you in any way that I can. I'm now, at a place where, okay, Jan, it's time to, because I was telling myself, because Lisa will tell you, it worked both ways now. I'm about ready to get on a plane and go on and get there, because it's just time for us to connect. Yeah. I hope you on here because Karen, you coming with me. It's time for us to get on the plane and get on up there, to Virginia, because I hope that that you always have purpose in my life. And I hope that I have purpose in yours and that I am still your cheerleader and I am supporting you, all the way over here in Atlanta. I don't think that you are done. I think that Karen put the airplane. Yes, Karen, it's time. It's time for us to get on up there. I don't think that you are done. I think that God has just started with you. I'm looking forward to where you're getting ready to go next, because everything has been a big move.
Yeah.
Everything has been a big move. And again, I just remember when you wanted to play small, but
Yeah.
every single thing has been a big move. And I
Yeah.
really don't believe that,
Yeah.
that you're done. I
Yeah.
really don't believe that. So I am looking forward to everything that you have to offer. I hope you stay obedient. Know that I'm here to be a safe place and space for you. I'm also here to push you forward.
Yeah.
When you get in those moments where it's just like, okay, Jana, push you forward like you've always done for me. You know what I'm saying? You're the first one to put me out there, and you will adjust my crown for me, and you will help me to
Yeah.
see who I am.
Yes.
Just know Janice over here, ready to do that same thing. And probably Karen too. She probably over there. Amen. And just know that I am ready to do that whenever you need me to. I want you to keep shining, sis. Don't you ever stop. I want you to thank you, Karen. I want you to continue to bless all of us and help us to know our destiny, because you're walking in your calling. And like, I love you to, like, I don't even know that there is a measurement for that.
Yeah.
Like we always say, till the wheels fall off, then we're gonna scrub the ground together, and then all of that, you already know what it is. You already know what it is. You keep shining, sis. Yes, Karen, keep pushing. That's exactly what I want you to do. And I love you so much.
I love you too, and thank you so much. I agree. I believe there is more. I don't know yet. Um, but I do believe that there is more,
Mm-hmm.
and let's do it. I am, and you said something so key. Don't play small.
Yes, honey.
Don't play small.
Mm-mm.
And so, like we gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
We gonna do it.
All right, sis.
We
Look,
gonna we gonna keep doing it.
we're gonna
We
keep
gonna keep doing it.
yes,
We gonna keep doing it.
we're gonna keep doing it.
But thank you everyone for joining. Thank y'all for loving me and pushing me and giving me my flowers now. Thank you so much.
So
I had a great time.
there,
Say what?
I didn't mean to cut you off. I said they're giving you all kind of flowers in the comments. I have to share them. Like, Santina, that word was for me. Like, whatever you said. Destiny Driver, she said, similar is not the same. Sis, I need to unpack that with you. Similar is
It's
not
not the
the same.
same.
They said time to go. Somebody is waiting for you. That's right. You have to move. Some people's destiny is really attached to your calling. That was a tough one for me, but I get it now. I get it.
Yeah.
The name of the book, Aquila, is Grace for Your Assignment. Grace for Yours. And thank you, Destiny, the Destiny Driver, put it Grace for Your Assignment. Lisa, well, we're getting ready to get into that in just a minute. I'm getting ready to let you give information. But I want to give you these flowers. Each one reach one, Janae. That's right. We are our brothers and sisters keepers. Yes, we are. Hashtag believe. Um, not the wet and wild. Yes, the wet and wild. We were committed to the wet and wild.
Yes.
Good night, ladies. Enjoyed it very much. Yes, Karen, it's time for us to get on this plane. She said, yes, we do. We do it for each other. Yes, always, till the wheels fall off. Thank you. She said she's so proud of us, and keep pushing. I saw Bishop in here. I gotta shout her out. Bishop. Thank you, Bishop. She said, I'm proud of both of you. Thank you.
Thank
That
you,
means the world
ladies.
to me. I feel like I saw another message up here. I want to make sure I find it. Where Bishop was saying, where is it? She high-fived Jalen, where she said that part when my baby said, God will never launch you with nowhere to land. She said that part. She said it's so key that everything is in God's timing, and that it was a message, Bishop, that I saw you do earlier, but I did not want to stop what Lisa was saying because it was so good. But I said I want to make sure I go back to the message. Hold on, y'all, because I'm determined to find it. Lisa. There it is. She said, Lisa, you are the best. We are so proud of you at Lifeline Family Worship Center. I share the same position, Pastor. I'm so proud of her. And her journey is phenomenal. Honey Blonde said they love you in the VA, Lisa. God knew I needed your push and your word. That's right. And we love her here in the A too. Always and forever. Look, we need you. We need you too, Lisa. We need you too. Okay, go ahead and share before I get off, because I'm going to put this live back up. Go ahead and share with the people where, one, we can purchase the book. We sort of touched on the music earlier, but feel free to say too where we can go and stream your music, and then tell everybody how they can log in or attend the services for Lifeline Christian Fellowship. Okay, go.
Okay, go. So, hey, Cousin Joe, thank you, love you. The book, Amazon. You can go to Amazon, purchase it there, or you can go to my website, alicialashon.com. You can purchase the book from there as well. So Amazon or my website, alicialashon.com.
Okay.
For the music, you can just go to iTunes, type in Alicia LaShawn, and all 3 of my singles will come up. And I'm ready to do some new music. I'm just trying to find some people.
Let's go.
I'm just trying to find some people.
Chris, you better come in the song. You better do it. I pinned it, and then her husband put it also in the comments, y'all. But go ahead, Lisa.
Yes. So yeah, any some music people, some writers, I'm ready to work. And then thirdly, the ministry, Lifeline Christian Fellowship. We are on Facebook every Sunday morning at 8 a.m. Just type in Lifeline Christian Fellowship on Facebook, and we will come up. And as we always say, we're here to serve you. If you're looking for a ministry, if you want a virtual ministry, we are here to serve you. So feel free to hop on Sunday morning at 8 o'clock. I know it's early, but guess what? You got to get up and go to work.
Yeah.
At 8 o'clock. So you get up, come to church at 8 o'clock.
So
anyway, that part. So every Sunday morning, Lifeline Christian Fellowship, we are on.
Okay, I love it. And you need to go ahead and call your goddaughter. You say you need writers and music.
I can get to the music. I just need writers.
Oh, baby, you need to go on and call your goddaughter, Sabi Divine. Y'all know I'm getting ready to shout out because she is doing the dang on thing. So you need to, and I know she has a network. So, and you know me, I always see how I'm always ready to connect the people and bring. You need to go ahead and call Am Bam. Awesome. So Chris put everything in the chat. It is so worth getting up at 8 a.m. for the word of the Lord. Okay, Chris, you better come through. Okay, Lisa, so we have everything here. I'll make sure everybody to go ahead and put the information in the description after I post the live so that you all know where to go and be blessed with all of the things that Lisa is doing. With that being said, because I know I am like 11 minutes over, but this was my best friend and I knew it was going to run over and we're going to be okay. But with that being said, I want to go ahead and conclude this. Remember, for you ladies, act like a lady. For everybody, you can think like a boss and stay on your beautiful grind. Lisa, love you. Everybody else.
Love you.
Thank you. Okay.